Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Gnomoria here in Devil Dagger. As you can see, there's a little bit of blood on the ground and some blocks in a certain formation, which should be served as a little bit of foreshadowing for what this episode is going to be about, which is mainly just getting the two towers set up in our kingdom. Now, the reason for the blood is we had a little bit of an invasion by some armed goblins. Nothing too major. I think it was 4 goblins. One of them had a bronze helmet, and the rest was just copper equipment. It was nothing for our soldiers to handle. One person did get injured, Myrrh, and that was it for the most part. But that was just in the midst of opening up this wall and trying to set up the foundations for our towers. I thought I could do it in between episodes, but apparently the goblins had other plans. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and set up the walls for our tower. And now we have a monitor lizard that is trying to cause some problems for our gnomes. And unfortunately, we don't have Chase Watson on guard. I'm not really sure where he's going. He just seems to be moving off. Apparently he's unhappy for whatever reason. Huh. Very odd. Where is your equipment there, bud? What'd you do with your tower shield? You just dropped it off and never picked it back up, or what's going on? Huh. Very odd. Can we find the tower shield in the inventory, maybe? We have 2 tower shields in the inventory. Okay. Well, that's weird. Apparently Chase just dropped his shield. Apparently he's throwing a temper tantrum right now. Alright. Well, continuing on with the construction work, we'll let them deal with this monitor lizard. Everybody attack it. Just get it out of here. I don't want to be bothered with it right now. Apparently this ramps are going to be causing us some issues, so let's go ahead and just get those out of the way. Tell our miners to take care of that for us. And put the walls back up, that way we can actually see what's going on. For the most part, it doesn't look too bad. Alright, and apparently this corner piece did not get put in correctly. So we'll have to deconstruct one of these walls to get to that piece. And we'll just have to tell them to rebuild that, which is not a big deal whatsoever. A lot easier than some other things we've had to go through in this kingdom. It still blows my mind that we have 2 losses already and we're only in our 2nd year. I can usually go about 5 years without a single loss, but I don't know, maybe it's just something that's going on with the different version of the game, make it a little bit more difficult. I'm not really sure how I want the entryway to this tower to go, if I'm being completely honest. For right now, we'll just leave it right here. Just for the simple fact that, oh, and now I see them trying to trap themselves. We're just going to leave it open for right now, just because we're only laying the foundations of the towers, just kind of taking up the space. That way we know we can't really build anything else there. It's not going to be manning of the towers or anything yet. We don't even have crossbows or anything right now, so there's really no point whatsoever in trying to build that up. We will, however, lay down a couple more blocks down here, because what we need is the ability to lay a block right there. And the way that the game now generates block walls is they will actually build the floor underneath it first, so I didn't have to tell them to build the floor first, but in previous versions you did have to do that, which was a huge pain. So now we don't have to deal with that annoying factor when trying to build some nice creative construction projects. Alright, it's not too big of a tower. I mean, it's really just to serve as a place for our archers to shoot from for right now. We are going to be building it on this side as well, so we'll probably count from here, see exactly how many it is, which if I'm not mistaken it's exactly 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the tower will start right here. But I'll probably do that off camera, that way you guys don't have to go through the process of waiting for the gnomes to build construction supplies or anything like that. But I will set it up on camera just so you guys can see how I kind of lay things out for the most part. I don't know why the game's paused. We can go ahead and pass a little bit of time while we're trying to set all this up. Alright, so we need 4 down. So 4, and then that should be the corner, if I'm not mistaken. So this here. And actually, there's actually one in front of the 4th block, so I did that wrong. Go figure. Even when I try and show things off, I do it wrong. Sometimes, man, sometimes I just cannot win no matter how hard I try. Oh, Lord. And did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, okay. Whew. Thought I had messed up again. I was like, really? Alright, so this is our corner piece here. And we need to have 2 corner pieces if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have another one right there. Just like that. And then another one. Probably better to zoom out over this way. Coming up like this, and then 3. And then you just match it like that. And they'll actually trap themselves in there, so let me go ahead and remove that corner section there. And see, the problem is that I really don't want to open up the walls to the goblins again, because as soon as I opened up those walls, the goblins struck. I don't know if they were waiting for it or what, but we'll go ahead and we'll put a block wall right there, and then we'll work on it from the outside, because I feel much better about our gnomes going out there and working on it rather than the goblins having the capability of just rushing right into our kingdom. Go ahead and butcher that monitor lizard while we're waiting. And that is knocked down now, so we can go ahead and tell them to just take that whole wall out. And we're probably, yeah, we're gonna have to deconstruct this as well. So let's see, we need 1 up. So actually, might be able to use some of this if I'm not mistaken. So go ahead and select the block wall, and that'll come out like that, and then it should come down, and this should be the start of the 4 right there, and then it should come, well, actually I need to get that. So set this up. See, this is the main reason why I don't like to build things on camera, is most of the time it's very hard to talk to yourself while building, because you're trying to think, but at the same time you're trying to keep things entertaining for the viewers, which isn't always... It's much easier said than done, is what I'm trying to get out. Okay, and then that should go like that. And that should be the whole thing. Yeah. Go ahead and just tell them to remove, or to replace that final wall back there, and it should be good to go. And we might get somebody stuck, but that's perfectly okay. We'll just deconstruct that wall. And mainly, I just want to get this outlier of the wall set up before I try and do anything And I mean, it's not the greatest looking gatehouse, but in my opinion, I think it looks pretty awesome. With as limited shapes as we have, with completely blocky shapes, making a circle isn't the easiest thing, but hey, it looks pretty decent in my opinion. It kind of comes out and then goes back down. It doesn't stick too far out, you know, creating the impression that the towers are more important than the gatehouse itself, which it certainly isn't. Alright, and we're adding the last 2 blocks. So our gnomes didn't take too long doing that. But off camera, I will probably raise this up a couple levels, because right now this one's on the 2nd level, and obviously it needs to be matched over here on this side. I'll probably leave space for 2nd level right here. Might have a bridge or something moving between these 2 points. That way, we'll block this off here as a roof, and have the ability for our archers to come out and safely shoot over the walls of the kingdom. But if I'm not mistaken, a goblin or an ogre can actually attack from down here up to the 2nd level, so we might have to pull that back up to the 2nd level and try and have the archers fight that way. But we also have our blacksmith, or our arms dealer as I like to call him. We had him create a few shields for our gnomes, and the reason why I wanted to do that is because I actually wanted to equip some of the soldiers with some better shields. Because right now they're just using wood, which is certainly not the greatest option when trying to fight an enemy that may or may not be better equipped than you. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the Axeman and Thor's Squire, so aptly named because he carries a hammer, with some bronze shields. That way they can actually shield bash a little bit harder, a little bit stronger. Not really sure what they're waiting on. They should go and equip those automatically because they... Oh no, actually I only told him to make the parts. I didn't actually tell him to put them together. Yep, I'm being a derp. Alright, so the arms dealer should go and take care of that right now, but the series is starting to get to a point that I really enjoy because now the gnomes are starting to get some actual decent equipment. 1 or 2 more trades with the ambassador from Rockdirt, and we should be in a pretty good position. Our gnomes might be fully outfitted with armor at that point, and if we can actually get them fully outfitted with armor, that will mean that we can pretty much just continue as we please. We can build whatever projects we want. We don't have to worry about the incursion by any Mants or anything like that. And I actually missed a wall right there, which is what I was doing when I was flicking the walls back and forth, because I noticed that it looked like there was a piece of wall missing, and it was missing right there. Alright, so we have our 2 towers, or at least the foundations for our 2 towers set up. I'm going to go ahead and tell them to mine this wall right here, and they can actually replace the wall with some blocks right here. And I haven't decided if I actually want them to gain access from inside the gatehouse itself. Optimally, I'd like just the soldiers to be in the gatehouse, and they just kind of stand the lines and hold the enemy back here, while the archers can basically just rain death from above, if need be. I haven't noticed in Gnomoria whether friendly fire is a thing. I'm not sure that they actually tell you that. It would be kind of funny if it was, but at the same time it would kind of suck because then you couldn't build basically death traps for the enemy. So we are going to go ahead and mine these 2 walls right here just so I can get access to the floors underneath them. And that's just because, as you can see, you can actually see the corner of that floor right there, which makes it look absolutely horrible in my opinion. And yes, my OCD is that bad that I would go through all the trouble of setting up a scaffolding and mining down the 2 blocks and replacing them. It's something you have to live with. I mean, what can you do? So we'll go ahead and tell them to replace those, build the 2 walls back up. The great thing about this being on the ground floor is we can build up around it as we go, which, if I can figure out how to do so, I might actually create a few time-lapse videos of the gnomes actually doing that. There won't be any commentary for the time-lapse, but it'd be nice just to kind of see how the gnomes build and how things progress. But like I said, that's if I can figure out how to do it without losing the quality of the videos too much. I have tried to do a time-lapse before in Gnomoria, and it did not work out too well. The video was really shoddy. The gnomes moved way too fast. You couldn't tell what was going on. You just you saw one picture, and then in the next frame, everything was done. It was quite ridiculous, if I'm being completely honest. Alright, so replace this bottom floor wall, and that should be everything that is visible at the present time. And there's grass right there. That's going to annoy me. Go ahead and get another piece of scaffolding set up, and unfortunately I can't do that, but I think I can do a little bit of a cheat hack by setting up a scaffolding to be built there, and it should remove that floor. Yep, it removed that floor. So not exactly the most graceful thing in the world, but it got the job done, which is what is most important at the present time. Alright, so our 2 towers are set up. We've moved some of the more irritating pieces out of place, and we have a nice little ledge right here, so Mother Nature shouldn't be too mad at us for, you know, terraforming just a little bit. And why is no one moving dirt? We are all full on dirt. Holy crap. Okay, so we need to increase the dirt stockpile just a little bit. I did not realize that we had that much dirt. That is insane. Alright, so go ahead and just get that increased. That way people start moving the dirt over there, get it out of the way. Alright, that dirt unfortunately is going to stay there, so it's going to look like a giant pile of poo. Alright, so let's see, how much more armor do we have? How much ore? We have 12 copper and 2 tin. Yeah, we really need another trade deal. Ugh, where is the miner or the trader from Rock Dirt when you need him? Well, I guess what we could do is we can start moving some more buildings inside, like the bone carver, the leather worker. No, probably not those 2. I'll probably create an area for the kitchen, honestly, because it's starting to get to that time that I would like to.